So good morning, distinguished guests, partners and colleagues, and our vibrant students. Now you will see is basically the IT, robotics and AI students here together today. So we selected just a group of students that is linked to each other, and you will see today's program is then linked to your field of study. It is a privilege and an honor to welcome you all at Orbit TVET College here at Rustenburg campus. This morning's event, the Book Talk seminar, presented in partnership with the Government Communication and Information System. I see they've got these green shirts on, the GCIS, and our college under the theme TVET Must Rise, shaping future leaders across all fields. Today's event is about more than just a conversation. It's about collaboration, courage, and creativity. It's about exploring the opportunities that lie ahead to our young people. It's as they prepare to take the place as innovators, problem solvers, and leaders in South Africa. Then allow me to express our grateful appreciation for GCIS, our partners at Book Talks, and our facilitator, Mr. Tsepo Nkosi, for your leadership in creating this important platform for engagement and empowerment. We are also deeply honored to welcome today's distinguished presenters and industry leaders. You will see them there in the program, all the people there. I'm not going to mention all of them. So they're all industry leaders and people in the industry. So hopefully you will learn something from them, who have graciously accepted the invitation to share their expertise and experiences with our students today. Each of you bring valuable knowledge and inspiration to the dialogue. Orbit College, thank you sincerely for taking the time to encourage, engage with our students and staff. Now to our students, this event is for you. Each conversation today is an opportunity to learn, to ask questions, and to be inspired. Listen carefully, participate actively, and think about how the lessons you hear today can shape your path. Not only as future professionals, but as citizens and leaders in our communities. Before we proceed with the exciting program ahead, I would like to express my sincere appreciation now to Book Talks and their team for their vision and professionalism, the GCIS and partners for their continued support, the College Corporate Communication and Marketing Unit for assisting with the coordination, and to all our students here today. I know some of you must be there at the mathematics, but hopefully you will get something here that you will take home forever and can shape your future, as well as the Student Support Services staff, as well as Rustenburg staff who have contributed to making today's seminar possible. Your collective efforts ensure that Orbit College continues to be a hub of innovation, partnership, and empowerment. As we begin today's program, let us approach it with open minds and optimistic hearts. May this dialogue spark new ideas, build new partnerships, and inspire every young person here to realize their full potential. I want you now to focus the students. I know some of you are there at the mathematics, but here you perhaps got an opportunity. So let us continue to shape your future and empower change. Because indeed, our TVET must rise. Thank you and welcome to Orbit TVET College.
Dr. Philomene, thank you so much for welcoming us. Fellow learners, I did say my name is Eugene Mametse, so I am not Mr. Tsepo Nkosi. Regrettably, he couldn't join us due to the post-cabinet meeting that is happening today. Ke tlile go ba motsamaisi wa thulaganyo ena today, and I'm going to be encouraging quite a lot of you young people to also engage and interact as well with the program. So it's not just us talking to you, but it's a two-way conversational dialogue. So I will actually encourage you quite a lot to connect with the program. However, I also just wanted to say that I'm not here alone, but I'm here with my fellow colleagues, the ones that are wearing the green t-shirts. They're not ANC t-shirts, by the way. It's government, it's our department's t-shirt. And I just thought maybe while I'm here, let me also give you just a snapshot of who we are as government communication. We are the custodian of government information, ensuring that we disseminate information to the public. So what we do, we ensure that you know what's happening, in the public. We fall under the presidency, which means that our colleagues also, wherever the president goes to, they're always with the president. So the president drives, obviously he's a custodian, he's a commander-in-chief. So as he normally goes to different countries, you all get to know about what government is doing through the GCIS. Also through our programs, that we run nationally, through our provincial offices, we ensure that, we run key priorities of government, and also ensuring that government policy is also understood by members of the public. We're a very young team at the GCIS, and this is quite exciting because obviously the country, majority of the country is young people. So that means that, the economy can actually be in good hands, eh? Are we in agreement? So please engage us, after the seminar. We are here also, just to connect with you in terms of, if there's opportunities that you'd like to explore by the GCIS. I do have a message from Mr. Nkosi, who is basically the director of the VUG Talks. So the VUG Talks itself, colleagues, it is a brand extension of the government newspaper called Vuk'uzenzele. So let me ask, how many of you know Vuk'uzenzele, the newspaper? All right, so, okay, a few hands in the room. You do know that we are no longer distributing Vuk'uzenzele, the newspaper itself. We've converted the newspaper into a digital platform. So if you're looking for Vuk'uzenzele now, you obviously need to go to the app. You also can go to the website where you can actually locate the newspaper. It is published weekly. And Vuk'uzenzele itself, for those of you who are reading it, you do know that it profiles, South Africans who are making remarkable things. It profiles entrepreneurs also, as well as it ensures that, we distribute, and disseminate government information programs, including policies. In addition, what Vuk'uzenzele does is that we also publish job opportunities, on the newspaper. So when you get a chance today, please get into the app, download, the latest copies of Vuk'uzenzele. So the VUG Talks, it's a brand extension of the newspaper. What we're trying to do is that we are bringing in, thought leaders. We are bringing in, professionals, in various spaces to connect, with students, to engage you, of potential opportunities within those spaces that you obviously like to access post your studies. And we have been coordinating these seminars throughout the country. It is our first time here in the Northwest. So I'm hoping that, we get to pretty much, interact with the program. So that's what the VUG Talks is all about, colleagues. But allow me to just read a very short intro from the director of VUG Talks, Mr. Tsepo Nkosi, and it's as follows. Together we gather under the powerful theme of TVET College's Mass Rise. This is more than a slogan, it's a call to action, a call for recognition, for transformation, and for pride in the power of technical and vocational education. TVET colleges are not a second chance. They are the engine of the country. And I think if you've read recently, from our president, that he encourages, matriculants to also get into the TVET colleges, because those are the critical skills that we need, in the country to actually be able to continue to develop our economy. They produce the artisans, the innovators, the builders, and the problem solvers who turn ideas into reality. From electricians and coders to welders and entrepreneurs, these are the people who keep our nation moving. For too long, the narrative has undervalued the vocational skills, yet every successful economy thrives because of them. Today, we affirm the skills that are the new currency of opportunity. We invest in them, we believe in them, and we celebrate them. Let us lift the profile of TVET colleges. Let us build institutions that inspire confidence and deliver excellence. And let each and every student who walks through their doors know that they are part of a proud movement shaping South Africa's future. Indeed, TVET must rise. This is a message from Mr. Tsepo Nkosi from the Vukuzenzele unit from the GCIS. Colleagues and fellow students, without further ado, I would like us to welcome our first speaker, Ms. Alice from the Department of Economic Development, Environment, Conservation, and Tourism. Ms. Alice Pitlela, she's also with her colleague, and they'll be obviously engaging you guys on programs from the Provincial Department of the Northwest. Ms. Pitlela, the stage is yours. Thanks.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you to the organizers for inviting us to this session. I'm with my colleagues. As mentioned, we are from Department of Economic Development. We're just gonna highlight our services. I'm from the directorate called Integrated Economic Development Services. From our directorate, what we do, we offer financial and non-financial support. The non-financial support that we offer is business registration and compliance, which I heard that as TVET you are partly also doing. So in partnership, we can assist also in doing that, where we register our learners for the businesses, and we're working in partnership with SARS, where they can get their tax clearance, and we can also assist with registering them in central databases, where they can compete for when the tenders are out. And we also have our database, where we encourage them to register on our database, where when opportunities come, we can, if also when they consent, we can apply on their behalf and also share that information that we get from other stakeholders that we work with. And then we also assist our SMMEs in skills development training. After they filled the database forms, they also identify where they need training, and then we also assist in doing that. We also assist in access to markets. Some SMMEs that are already, they have businesses that are market ready. So we take them to various platforms like Websitex, Rustenburg Show, and what else? Yes, where they get an opportunity to go and showcase their products. And we also assist in product testing. I see most innovative minds here. So those who want to Those who wants to be creative and or product testing. So yeah, those who wants to develop their products, we are there. We're working with SABS, so they bring their products, they come and advise on the products and the strength, the material. That's also what we do. And then the financial support that we offer, we have a grant, the Empowerment Fund grant where they can apply. It's for a maximum of 200,000. So what we do, we don't give cash. We buy equipment and machinery for them. So that is, in short, what our directorate do. So I'll hand over to my colleagues. To my colleague, she will share with what they do in their directorate.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I step down?
Yeah. How are you? Okay, my name is Shalema Sitwa. I'm from the very same department, that is the Department of Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism. The only department with a name, nickname, and a surname. Okay, I'm from the Directorate Business Regulation. So what we do, we regulate. We have 3 sections. That is, we have a business licensing, we have liquor regulation, and consumer affairs. I am from the consumer affairs, but let me quickly run up these 2. The business licensing, it's where they license businesses, ne? Our informal businesses like our tech shops or by law now, all the business must register, ne? Irrespective whether it's formal or informal, it needs to register. Now, the second one is the liquor regulation. Again, tomorrow it's no, liquor lingo king, Puza Friday. So what we do, we make sure that when you go there, you behave as responsible citizens. As we all know, shebins are not allowed in Northwest. Ne? We only allow liquor restaurants and taverns. Ne? And bottle stores. Bottle store open from 8 until 8 o'clock, but if you have a special license, ne? And then we have our taverns, which they need to open from 10 until 2 o'clock. But now they are busy reducing it to 12 o'clock. Yeah. You know why? You know why they're doing that? You know why they're doing that? Because most GVB occurs between 12 and 5. But please check the statistics, ne? Okay. And then again they regulate, like I said, they regulate liquor restaurants, taverns, ne? And now they make sure there is responsible drinking. What is responsible drinking? It's you don't drink when you are pregnant. You don't drink before you reach, you drink after the age of 18. I think they must make it that to 21. Please, okay. And then another thing that they do, which is very, very important, you know? According to the liquor license, if you have a shebeen, if you have a tavern or a liquor restaurant, the license say your neighbors, ne? They must first allow you to have that operation. It means if you have a tavern around you, you must have signed for it to operate. If you haven't signed, it means it's operating illegal. Number 2, noise. You mustn't hear the noise from next door. Number 3, the yard must be covered. You mustn't see what is happening in there. So I'm just going to leave it there because I'm not from the liquor regulation. Eh? Now I'm from the consumer affairs. So what we do, we educate people about their rights and responsibilities so that when they go to the market, they make informed decisions. I heard they were talking about artificial intelligence. Ne? I get we are smart. Are we smart? Yes. Because some of us, we are smart. We use smartphones, okay? Because we are smart, okay? Huh? Yes. By the way, it's fortunate because we are here at school again. Normally, I like saying we are smart using smartphone, but the smartphone always after 6 months, it upgrades its software. But when every 6 months, do you read? Yes. So luckily, no. I can hear you are forced to read because you have enrolled. I get it. But if I can say, have you read something besides schoolwork? Huh? Not all of us. So every time you must upgrade your software. Ne? So now, one thing about, before I get into the units in the Consumer Affairs Office, one thing about artificial intelligence is that every time when you like something on the social media, what happens? You go and maybe you go to a shopping app, then maybe say, I like this thing. After some times, you'll be getting messages like pertaining to that. So it means it reads your mind, well, this one likes focusing on this one. Now the problem goes to, now we are approaching a festive season. Ne? So now there is fraud online, scams. Ne? Please make sure if you buy something, normally you go to your shopping app. Now the problem is when you have to go to check out, when you have to pay. You must make sure that when you go there, the app mustn't take you to another website. You also always see that, ne? Sometimes it will take you to another website. If it takes you to another website, it means now somebody's going to get your information. You are no longer going to pay the shopping app. It's going to be a scam. So you must make sure you check. Ne? Okay. We are from the consumer affairs. We have 3 sections, which is the education, investigation, and enforcement. Ne? Now, the education, that is where I'm from. What we do, we educate people. Wherever there is people, we go and educate for free. So maybe if you have a stock fair, we do financial management, we do everything pertaining to money. Ne? By the way, do you know what is a pyramid scheme? Yes. Hmm? Thank you for that. You're triple M. Sure. Most of them, they don't even know it. So please, be very vigilant. Remember, I'm left with a minute. Okay. You must make sure you don't go there. Please. It's a sign that something is wrong with your finances if you deal with those things. So getting back to, I said I'm from education again. So there is another section called investigation and inspection, whereby when you have a complaint, you come to our office, we investigate. The services are for free. Ne? The only thing that you need to give us is supporting document. That is your receipt, your credit agreement or contract document. Ne? The third one is the consumer court. Ne? Whereby if maybe, guys, do you know that anything that you buy, a product, has a minimum of 6 months guarantee. If I go and buy a shoe, before 6 months, the sole is stagnant. Ne? What do I do? It's not yet 6 months. What do I do? And you know that shop, that starts with the R. But the nice thing about that shop, the nice thing about that shop, the receipt, it's written below there, 6 months guarantee. It means if something gets defective before 6 months, you return it to the shops, and then you have the 3 R's, which is repair, replace, refund. Repair, replace, refund. Now, if you choose, I can remember I've used this before 6 months, it gets defective. Now I'm returning to the shop. Now, when I get to the shop, I have 3 choices. Then I decide, no, I'm returning this. It's either they give me back my money or I'm returning it, or they give me a new product, or I ask them to repair it. It must be your choice. In short, no shop in South Africa is allowed to have a sticker that says no refund. It's they do that because they know that we don't know our rights. And rights goes hand in hand with responsibilities. So you exercise your right. So now if you choose from the 3R, you choose them to repair it. It means you take it back. You take it back and then they repair it again. Now after they've repaired it, you take it back, they must now give you an extra 3 months guarantee. Now from that 3 months, if it gets defective again, you must now return it so that it's either you get your money back or you get a new product. Meaning the things are only repaired once. Not twice, not thrice, just once. So our aim in the department, we make sure you always have value for money. That is why we deal with 2 acts, that is the Consumer Protection Act and the National Credit Act. One of the most important things about the National Credit Act, it says, if you have an account and that account is inactive for 3 years, the account prescribes. How for 3 years and you don't pay them? Now in 3 years, the creditor must issue you summons. If they don't do that within 3 years, the account is cancelled. You are no longer supposed to pay that account. So in short, it means, I see most of you guys are youth. So what happens when you've just opened an account? On your first year, you opened a bank account. Now what happens immediately when you open your bank account? Your name is taken to the credit bureau. A credit bureau is just a database of your credit accounts and credit behavior. It shows me, Shale Masetlo, I have this account, I'm paying it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if ever I go and open another account, they go to the credit bureau, they check my record, and then if I'm in good standing, they can open an account. So please, it is very important that each and every year, you check your credit report. It's so simple. I agree you are smart. You just go to Google and type credit bureau in South Africa. You get your TransUnion, Compass, I think they're about 36. You just choose one, you call them or you WhatsApp them, you ask for a free credit report. Then it will show you, are you in good standing or are you not in good standing? Some of us are not in good standing because what happens, do you remember that time of COVID? Actually, we went to shops. But what happened? We had to write our IDs on the entrance. What happened to our IDs? We don't know. So someone could have taken it, opened an account. So that's one of the reasons why most of the youth don't get employed, because they are negatively listed at the credit bureau. Remember, if you apply for a finance job, it means you are going to handle the finances of that company or of that department. Now, you cannot handle your 500. Should I employ you to come and operate with my 1 million? Should I do that? I can't do that. So please be very careful. Honani, you are so vulnerable that creditors are saying, come and buy, come and buy. It's so nice. There's nothing as nice as retail therapy. The problem is when you have to go and pay. That is the problem. Ne? So please be careful. Make sure on your last year, 6 months before you finish, make sure you pay all your debts. Ne? So in short, you are not even supposed to take debts, because we've seen now there is this apps that deals with lay-bys. So rather go to that route, not the account route, because it's going to backfire after some time. On that note, our services are for free. So if you are, I think you have, Alice, that brochure. I think we all got this type of brochure. That is our office. Ne? I think there are 3 types. There's a one that's written consumer affairs, another one enforce, and then another one tips on buying a used car. But they don't call it used car. They call them pre-loved cars. Thank you.
I wanted to ask regarding credit score, because recently I checked my credit score on clearscore.com and it said that it's -1. Can you clarify on that?
And regarding the thing you said about the IDs are not COVID. There's no way like there can be like a research based on that where we get cleared out on that thing or really bad records in terms of like employment and stuff, because we'd find that some of our IDs are took by the loans and whatsoever, whereas on our size. So can Hosan like only a research based on that? Either like everyone get contacted like from that department, they contacted everyone based on the IDs for Baba Botsari. Have you ever applied for this or like kind of that thing?
Where it's a database regarding your consumer behavior. Where it states your account, how are you paying it, whether you have judgment, whether now there's clear score. Clear score, it's not a credit bureau. It's a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool that go to Clear Score. Immediately when you get there, it tells you now they can sell you things. That is why every time you see and you know what, my brother? You must be grateful that you have a minus status. It means you cannot get into debts. So it means they cannot touch you. But some they are happy, my Clear Score is 900. It means you'll be trapped into debts. So a Clear Score is a marketing tool. It wants customers to come and buy. So that's why I always say avoid it as much as possible. Make sure you don't go there. Ne? Number 2, I believe my brother raised a very serious thing, the research in terms of our IDs. But like I said, consumer rights goes hand in hand with responsibilities. You know, I'm very tall, that's why I like staying here. Consumer rights goes hand in hand with responsibilities. So it is very important that each and every year you qualify for a free record, a free credit record. So it is your responsibility that each and every year you must check your credit record. And now there is this thing that is called, there is this company or an institution that is called Direct Marketing Association. Direct Marketing Association. I believe all of you guys write it down and Google it. I think the number is 0860-362-362, if I'm not mistaken. You get into their website or you call them. Then what you do, you give them your cell number, and then they put it on the opt-out register. It means all the direct marketers, each and every person that sells, mustn't contact your number. I know all of us, normally we say, where do they get our numbers? Where? And you gave them your numbers. Where? Remember when you open a bank, again it starts when you open a bank account. There is that 3 marketing questions. Do you want us to contact you for marketing promotions? And then what do you say? Yes. Normally, even these days, they don't even ask you. They just tick for you. But that question says, do you agree that after we've opened an account for you, we must take your number to our partners? That's what it says. Then that's why you get calls and calls and calls and calls. So what do? You go to Direct Marketing Association, you get into the opt-out register, you block your number. Ne? But if you've done that, and next month you go and open an account, then you do that marketing, yes, you've activated again. So you must go back again. Thank you. The last question, it's about credit score. As a new employee, you don't have credit record. We don't know your consumer behavior. We don't know whether you are able to pay accounts or you won't be able to pay accounts. That is why it is very important for you, if you want to take a big debt, you need to have a small debt that shows you'll be able to pay your debt. It's a reference. Always, when in a situation like this, turn it around. If it's your business, would you give someone 500 that you don't even know their behavior? Would you risk it? I wouldn't risk it. So I need to see whether you are trustworthy or not. In terms of subject at school, there is consumer science. Again, it used to be called home economics.
Name is Abongile Johannes from Anemisa, and I'm here with some of my colleagues, but you will get to speak to them later on as we go on with the presentation. So firstly, Anemisa, for anyone that doesn't know or it's the first time you hear about Anemisa basically stands for your National Electronic Media Institute of South Africa. It's a state-owned entity which is under DCDT, and basically we provide digital and creative media skilling to every South African. And then today we will focus on our online learning platform, specifically our artificial intelligence courses. We have some on our learning platform, and then some that we've partnered with AWS as well as Microsoft. So let me just share my screen so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Can you see my screen? Okay. So this is our online learning platform, and hopefully by the end of this presentation, everyone will be enrolled and have access to the platform. To access this, you just need a device. It's either a cell phone or a laptop or computer, and you need to be connected to the internet. Our online courses are self-paced, meaning that you can finish the course as soon as you want to, or you can go at your own pace. Basically, at the end of each course, you do get a certificate. And then for this one, it is called Artificial Intelligence. This is one of the courses that we partnered with University of Johannesburg as well as GIZ. Initially, this was a face-to-face course, but because we wanted to give everyone access, because not everyone can come and attend at UJ, we decided to convert it into an online course. As you can see, it is made up of 9 modules, which is your introduction to AI, your AI ethics, your programming, natural language processing, machine learning, design thinking, your data analytics, your statistical programming. So it is made up of 9 modules, and after each module, you do get a certificate, and all these modules are self-paced, like I said. So to get access to the course, you need to have an account on the platform, and you will use an enrollment key, which you will see next to each course. As you can see, each course has an enrollment key. So for you to get access, you need this key. I'll just open one of the courses so you can see what it looks like. So this is what our online courses look like. That's just a course overview. It's made up of modules or different lessons. So you need to go through each and every lesson. There's also videos and some activities that you need to do in the course. And after, for each module, there is a quiz that you need to do. Just to quickly take a look, these are some of the quizzes that you have to do to get through to the end of the course and get your certificate. So basically all the modules are made up, you're using the same format. You watch your videos, you go through the content, you do a quiz, and you get a certificate. And just for interest's sake, I will show you what the certificate looks like. This is what our certificate looks like. So this is what you will be getting after completing every module, and you are allowed to do all the modules that you find under this course. But for now, I will give a chance to my colleagues to also take you through the AWS and the Microsoft courses, and hopefully we'll have time to onboard you and create accounts for you on the platform so you can start with the course. Thank you very much from my side. Over to you, Nelani. Oh, sorry, before I hand over to Nelani, I'm not sure if there are any questions or
We'll take the questions post the presentations.
after. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nelani Dube. I work in the NAMISA's Digital Learning Department as the LMS administrator. LMS being the learning management system, as Bongi has shown you, one of the platforms we utilize. So I'll be taking you through some of the short courses we also offer, besides the one that Bongi showed you on our main Moodle LMS, being the DSP. I'm just sharing my screen. Just as soon as you see it, may you please just confirm that you can see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So to demonstrate to you, this is one of our courses, or also one of the companies we've partnered with in terms of learning content to offer to society, mainly everyone in South Africa. So we've also partnered with AWS, being Amazon Web Services. So this is also one of the courses we offer from their side, being artificial intelligence. So just to show you, this is also a series of short courses that make a career path that comprise of 3 parts, and then at the end, there should be an exam. Sorry, 4 parts, and then at the end, you will get to the final exam in which you will write. And once you've written it, you will obtain a certificate. So just to show you what the course content would look like from the AWS side is that, okay, my apologies, just to also explain. So as you can see the course on the right-hand side, it has a description. It will give instructions of how you actually partake and join the course. So we open it and you can see that there is a link that will tell you to click on this orange one that will open the course resource for you. So it will navigate you to the Amazon Web Services platform where the course is actually stored. So just to give you a brief overview, you'll see that on the right-hand side, it will have an overview explaining the course for you in terms of what will be offered and what you will learn at the end of the day. And as soon as you're done, you can just click on Start Course, and then it will load the course content for you. So as you can keep going through it. There we go. Now you have the entire course open. As you can see on your left-hand side, you have more along the lines of like your table of contents to see what you'll be going through in the entire course. So we'll just open the first section being Generative AI Fundamentals. So as you can see in this one, as we go through it, you can see it's also reading pieces on this side for this course. So you'll see as you go through it, your student progress, being the sidebar here, will indicate how far you've left, how far off you are on the course. As you keep going and completing the course, you'll see the circle will be full at the end when you complete the course 100%. So on this one, you only have your learning materials, and then as soon as you're done with part 1 or part 2, you can just go back on the platform and go through all the other additional parts until you get to the final one at the end, in which you will be quizzed about all the additional parts that you just went through. Because as you just saw, this one just has reading material that's informative and could assist you. And then as soon as you're done, what will happen is that you write the quiz, and then the certificate will unlock. So just to show you what the certificate looks like for the one on AWS, we'll just click on View. And there we go. You get a certificate of completion that would have your name and the signature of the CEO. And then at the bottom, you'll see that it will have its own verification code, just to say it's authentic and that it comes from NEMISA. So that would be the courses we offer on our digital skills platform, being our own personal Moodle. And then we also have AI courses that we offer on the Microsoft platform, as we're also in partnership with them. So I'll just quickly show you the courses we offer on AI as well. So this would be our Microsoft platform. Just to mention also, we will be sharing the links to both our platforms that will assist you with registering and will onboard you onto these courses, or the course you're interested in. So I'll illustrate to you the one that's called Career Essentials in Generative AI. So you've seen I've also gone through this one at the end. So you just open the first course, and what you do is you click on View Lesson. So this is also another course in which we're in partnership with another company called LinkedIn Learning. As you see, the platform will open, it will load. Take time. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, the structure of this course is that it is video orientated. So in order for the student, for you to go through this entire course or to go into the next piece of learning material, all you just have to do is click on this little content section. And then you'll see a list of all the different videos in terms of all the sections you'll be learning through. And the nice thing about this one is that you have chapter quizzes in between as well, until the end for each and every single one of the lessons. Again, also to mention how it works is that you'll see at the end there is one module being the quiz. So the quiz will comprise of over 30 questions that will quiz you on all the content you've learned within the course. And just to show you a bit more, you can see, okay, this one is 10 questions. And then what will be required for you to pass and achieve a certificate is that you need to get a score of at least 75% or above. Once that is complete, the certificate will unlock and you'll also have a certificate of completion for this course. And just to show you the last one that we also offer, as you'd see, would be the one that's called Microsoft AI. It is a similar course to the LinkedIn Learning one I showed you. However, this one is hosted within in-house our platform and is also within a video format you go through, learning each and every single one of the individual courses. As this one you see, it's all about AI basics. That's what it will teach you here below, all the videos. And then you'll see the rest will be generative AI and how to search on the internet and beyond, and responsible AI. So that I would say was a brief overview in terms of the courses that we actually offer on our NEMISA platform for AI on both our Moodle and our Microsoft platform as well. With that being shared, I would just like to hand the presentation back over, or just like to ask or state that that would conclude right now the presentation. And if there are any questions or comments you'd like to make, please feel free.
Thanks, Naledi. You, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Naledi, can you hear us?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I wanted to ask how can how can you guys effectively showcase your certificate to potential employers, and what type of jobs or industry are mostly likely to be recognized the value of your certificate? Another question that I wanted to ask is that how long do your courses take? Can I still study them while I'm studying this side, or what? Thank you.
Okay, so to answer your question, in terms of, sorry, how long the courses, I'll start with that one. So, they are short courses. I'll say the ones I just demonstrated and showed you, they are short courses. They can be completed within a period, each course within 7 hours to at least 24 hours a day. They're also all self-paced. You can do them when you have time on your hands as well, just to ensure you go through it comfortably. And then with regards to, in terms of the, I'd say the credibility, you'd say, yes, they do actually assist in the sense of, say you're also applying for work and you attach it to your CV, and you can see that it will actually give you a strong point as well when you look at the company you're applying for in terms of the responsibilities they'll be handing to you for that job. So they do assist, as there are quite a few individuals who have taken some of our courses, and it has assisted them with also boosting their CV.
Okay. We've got a second question also. You can go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you very much. My question is based on the nature of the certificate that you are awarding to our students. We once had a program with NEMISA at Orbit TVET College Mankwe campus, and they received a certificate of attendance. So I just wanted to check the possibility of you issuing certificates that are maybe NQF level attached or aligned, so that they are able to go and actually seek employment or assist in terms of advancing their careers. Thank you.
Okay, so with regards to that question, I would say we do have some NQF level qualified certificates. It wouldn't necessarily be the AI ones. So with those, I'm not sure. I'd actually have to ask CSV or Bongi to come in as to what could be the possible arrangement be for those ones. Would it be a thing of we can open it for them to also partake for the courses, a chance? Or is there maybe a procedure? With regards to that one, what I could say is I'll just leave my email address with you, as I cannot answer it clearly. I'd have to converse with my manager, then I can come back to you with an answer. Would that be okay? I can even leave my cell phone number for you.
That'll be fine. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions in the room before we let Nemisa go? All right. Naledi, I do have a question. And
Yes.
perhaps the question relates to the advantages of AI. You know, AI is here, and you find like a lot of companies are now utilizing AI. So what are the advantages and also what are the disadvantages? Are we phasing out the humans and letting machines run in terms of the economy? Your thoughts?
Okay, thank you for that question. Actually, it's a very, very wise question to ask. I wouldn't say necessarily it's that would be, with the AI, would be phasing out the need for human assistance and just looking at automation as well. We can look at it in a perspective of when we train individuals in terms of, acquiring this AI skill, not necessarily that the AI will function itself. Now the individuals or the student is also now well equipped with working with technologies. So it won't necessarily cut them out, as they still need to also train that model, improve it, and make it better. It won't necessarily just, as much as there's machine learning, we still also need human input to also make it better. But we also need that education as well in the process.
And then just in terms of your content management systems, do you have courses on that? That teaches people, how does the CMS works, etc.
Yeah, we do short courses, mainly with, as I just demonstrated, with the AWS partnership that we have. With those courses, they do have the useful content, I can say, that could help you upskill in that nature.
Nemisa, thank you so much. I think I'll just allow you guys to go. Everybody who doesn't know Nemisa will provide you with a link, but it is the National Education, Media Electronic Institute of South Africa. So we'll provide the link for everybody. The courses are free. And I think, in the digital age and robotics and machine learning, I think it's very imperative that, as South Africans, we keep abreast of these AI tools. There's quite a lot, they are there to complement us, they're there to actually enhance how we do, our either it's assignments or modules, etc. But they are there to complement us. So I think, South Africans, let's take an opportunity, of machine learning. I do know, some of you already here are already working, with robotics, etc. So because I think my colleague from the department, when she said that, when you offer your information to third-party companies about marketing, etc., they've got your details, because a CMS system would actually work like that as well. It's more like, personalization. But I do have colleagues also who will obviously unpack and tell you more about it as well. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome Sibonga from Harambe. She'll share also with us, what they do, share some insights as well. Sibonga, thanks.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm good. Okay. Thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure to participate in these engagements. Before we dive in, I'd just like to find out how many of you know of SA Youth, are registered, or have heard about SA Youth. Can I just see by a show of hands? Are you active, God? All right, can I have your attention? Thank you. I'm gonna be short. I'll first tell you about Harambe because I am wearing a t-shirt with two logos. So Harambe is basically a non-for-profit organization, and we work with different partners to basically find solutions to youth unemployment in South Africa. And one of those solutions are then sayouth.mobi, which many of you have alluded to knowing or signed up on. So SA Youth is basically a data-free platform that allows young people to have free access to earning and learning opportunities. And so these are opportunities that young people will be able to access at no cost. While we are trying to solve for youth unemployment in South Africa, we're also trying to break down the barriers that young people face when they're looking for opportunities. And so we all know that there's a high cost of data, airtime is expensive, and we don't always have the money to, buy data and access all these opportunities. We've also got a toll-free number that one can call, and so if you do see an opportunity on the site, you're able to call. If you're having problems with your profile, if you aren't able to log in, we've got a toll-free number, again, taking away that barrier of you having to have airtime in order to be able to access us. We've got a contact center that is operating, and we're basically here to serve young people. So SA Youth is basically, like I explained, the platform. So in 2020, we were appointed along with other government departments, other stakeholders, civil society organizations, to basically manage this platform while coming up with solutions. And so this is not Harambe's platform, this is a joint effort, because we all know this is not a challenge that only one organization, one department, or one person can have a solution to. It needs all of us as communities, as stakeholders, as partners to come together and see what kind of solutions we can come up with. One of those solutions being the IT industry on its own. We all can see how much it is booming. I sometimes feel that I went into the wrong field because of the opportunities that I've come across in this space. All right, so those that have signed up, I think you'll know one of our partners is the NYDA. You may have seen. NYDA has had a few opportunities on the platform. In the past few months, we've had opportunities that were national youth services. These opportunities were all over the country. We've also had opportunities from the Department of Basic Education. Again, many of you will know about those opportunities. Those were the EA's opportunities or teachers' assistants. Those were also accessible from the platform. And so those are just some of the opportunities that, young people are able to access. We currently have over 4.5 million young people registered. And so that alone, shows us and tells us that young people are signed up, they're looking for opportunities, and we basically just need to find ways to bring these to young people. Now, the earning or learning opportunities, our learning opportunities are free short courses. We've partnered with the likes of Google, of LinkedIn, in the past to bring opportunities that young people can do while they're looking for an opportunity. So this can be a free course. And I'm glad that I heard someone ask about the credibility of free courses, because I just want to tell you guys, we all have degrees and diplomas, right? When you apply for an opportunity, you must know there's 1,000 other people applying for that same opportunity with the same qualification. Now, short courses allow you to upskill yourself, because what else will set you apart from the person next to you, apart from you upskilling yourself? These are short courses that can help you upskill yourself. It also assists you in, making sure that you are up to date with trends in your career, specifically careers and sectors like IT, finance, digital marketing, which are, fast-paced and forever changing. I know that, some sectors, people are constantly going to do these programs and courses because the degree and diploma you did 10 years ago is hardly relevant now. And so you don't need to think about going to university or college, doing another 3 or 4 year degree. There's always ways to upskill yourself, to stay on trend, and to just make sure that, you're taking every opportunity that is being offered to you as a young person. Thank you.
Young artisans, we begin from an early age, like 16. So we are not able to get those opportunities as the rest in this one. So can they change that so that not?
Unfortunately, I would love to change it to include everyone, but the legal, age in South Africa is between 18 and 35. And like I said, the age that we go on is that age. Anything below that, we need to have consent from your parents. It would basically require us to create another system that gives your parents consent for you to sign up. Because in reality, you are still under age if you're below that age. And so you are at an advantage though, because you get to know all the places you can look at before reaching that age. You also can go to all these websites. So we'll have companies post on the SA.mobi platform, but you can see these, but you can go to the companies if they do take an age lower than 18 years. But the platform itself is for ages between 18 and 35. But fortunate enough, once you do reach 35, it does not kick anyone out. You're still able to see opportunities. You're still able to forward opportunities to your loved ones. We've actually got a higher number, but the 4.5 million are still within the age restriction. These are young people that are active. And so in reality, we've got about 5.5, but the 1 million are people that aren't active, people that are over the age, and so we don't really report on those young people, or rather, people anymore.
Thank you, Madam. I just want to ask if, for the students that are not here, are you able maybe to share a link where we can share with the rest of the student community so that they're able to access the services?
Yes, sure. So what I like to do, I can send you something on WhatsApp if you've got a student like WhatsApp group, or I can send it to you. It will have our pamphlets. It will also have a brief description of what SA Youth is for those that don't know, and then it's also going to have the link that will take them straight to the registration sign up. And we can also leave a few pamphlets for you to hand out on campus. Back, right at the back.
So, I have registered there, and then I can't log in right now. So I lost my phone, and I can't log in right now. And I've been trying to reset my password on my phone, so I can't. Can you please explain how do I do that?
You've been trying to reset your password on your new phone?
Yes.
So we've got a toll-free number. You don't need to have airtime. You can call our contact center. We can assist you over the phone. We've also got a WhatsApp chat box. So if you do have a new phone and you are on the internet, we've got a WhatsApp chat box that can help you reset your password. So we've got multiple ways that can eventually assist you into getting your password straightened out. I also want to mention, especially to those that said they do know the platform and they are registered, we recently upgraded the platform, so we're constantly trying to make it easier for you guys. You can now download your CV. And so I want you guys to take a moment, go onto the site, download your CV, because what you will see, you must remember that is what employers will see. If you don't have any information on there, any experience, which is fine, any volunteer work, any skills, you must know that that is what the employer is seeing. And remember, like I said, one opportunity and thousands of applicants. You really want to put your skills, you want to put your information, as much as you might not have experience in that sector, you may have experience either volunteering in a community center, at church, at your local store. That is still skills that you will use. That is still communication skills. That is still skills that, I mean, when you do stock taking, you need to find out. You need to make sure, how much stock do I have in order to sell my product? And so don't look down on those or think that because I've never worked and I've only assisted at events, then I don't have skills. You do have skills. And you must know that if the partner doesn't see any of those skills, they're going to assume that you don't even know how to work a computer or a laptop. So do yourselves a favor, update your profiles so that it does stand out when you are applying for opportunities.
Good day to all. Okay. Now, my question is around the upskilling part. I was interested when you spoke about learning and earning on your side. So I wanted to know that is the learning part limited only to various sectors, or it covers all the sectors? Because we at a college, we have different kinds of courses that we offer, and you spoke about upskilling. I wanted to know if it would be possible for you to maybe partner with the college and also offer those courses to the student so that they may be able to upskill. We are living at a technology era where that is critical, and if students don't have an opportunity to that, it sort of becomes a disadvantage because technology is constantly improving, and each and every sector is welcoming different types of technologies to improve their services. So I wanted to know if that is open to all sectors or there are specific sectors that you're looking at.
Okay. So this is, I think we'd love to open it to all sectors and all industries, but the truth is this is dependent on what our partners have. So if our partners in that industry or sector say, listen, we've got a course in agriculture, we want to make it for free, we'll definitely take that because anything you find on SA Youth is not paid for. So we will take that. But if we have sectors or partners that say they don't have anything right now that young people can use to upskill, any courses specifically, then we'll wait until they have it. A lot of the courses, I must say, though, have been in the IT space. So, you know, digital marketing, your AI coding. We've had young people that did a course with one of our partners that you could apply for. It was a free course. Before it even came to an end, they'd already secured opportunities, employment. And so we will go to all our partners. We've got about 3,000 partners. We're constantly communicating with them, trying to find solutions. But the truth is, what I see the most, last week I was at the HR, Finance and IT in Durban Sandton. The IT space is probably one of the most spaces that have these upskilling courses. I myself did one. I didn't even study that in school, but because the opportunity had presented itself and I didn't need to pay for this short course, I said, why not? Because I don't know where I might end up. Thank you.
Sibonga, thank you so much. And I mean, you've said something very interesting that you don't know where you may end up. I mean, some of us, for instance, you know, I'm currently doing an NQ8 in digital skills, basically. So you'd find yourself that you started doing something in your previous career, and then now, because, you know, we're in a technological era, that you need to actually upskill yourself, because obviously, I mean, machine learning is here, and it's important that we take advantage, you know, of those. So, Manoka, also, the other thing that I wanted to mention as well, I mean, with the SA Youth, it is data free. So take opportunity of that platform. They've got a lot of partners that they work with. So, you know, don't wait for after finishing to graduate, you know, rather get into the app now and see, you know, what opportunities and how you can actually empower yourself and, you know, get all the necessary knowledge and in-depth analysis. Without further ado, I would also like to welcome our next speaker. They are from the Film and Publication Board, and they'll obviously be talking about, you know, how they work. And Netflix, Amazon Prime, like Shabella. There's those age restriction, whatever, but anyway, they'll tell you all about it. Thank you so much.
I don't want to take much of your time, but that's just a brief background in terms of who we are. So now, after watching that video, you guys do not know about us. You don't. But you know, so where have you guys seen our logos? On the DVDs, right? And then what's inside the logo? Like, what do you guys see in the triangle? So you guys watch movies, right? You guys play games, right? So when the movie's about to start, there is that triangle, whether you're on Netflix, Showmax, Amazon, or Disney Plus. Inside it, sometimes it's written PG. Do you guys see those triangles? Now do you guys understand? So we are the people that allocate these age ratings, and the reason why we do this is so that you guys can make an informed viewing choice. I know I'm not speaking to school learners, you guys are students, right? But I want to see if you guys know those age ratings. What does the PG stand for? What does the H stand for? H. H for horse, H for human. What does it stand for? What does it stand for, guys? Yeah, at the back. Come again? Okay, what does the N stand for? Okay, you guys know about that. What does the S stand for? Okay, what does the SV stand for? Right, what does the A stand for? What does A? Okay, have you guys seen the D? Like a D, D for dog? Yeah? Who wants to try, guys? Let's have a conversation. What does it stand for? Yeah? D stands for drugs or substance abuse, right? So what I've given you guys, so basically, what we do at the Film and Publication Board, guys, we regulate the creation, the production, and the distribution of content by allocating age ratings, right? What do I mean by regulating? So each and every movie that comes into the country, right? It first comes to us at the Film and Publication Board, right? Because we are a regulator of content, the only regulator in South Africa that regulates content. Do you understand? So all the movies that you guys are watching online, for example, or your Netflix, your Showmax, your Amazon, all that content, any content that you consume in South Africa has to come through us at the Film Publication Board. And we're saying what we're giving it a stamp of approval. So I'm not the one that sits there and allocates these age ratings. We have guys whom we call classifiers, right? So meaning after you guys have studied here, some of you can also become those classifiers as well. So these guys sit and actually watch this content. Do you understand? And with them, what they use is, or the instrument that they use the FP Act, do you understand? And also the laws that govern the country, and also laws that pertain to the protection of children, to ensure that you guys exactly know what you're watching. Because whenever you've gone out, you've seen that you're exposing yourselves to content of which is not appropriate for you guys. You understand? Even young kids at home, we've seen that kids are exposed to inappropriate content. And the reason why we do this is so that you, as the adult within the household, can have a more informed viewing choice, do you understand? So that young kids are not exposed to harmful content, first and foremost. They're also not exposed to premature experiences that pertain to adults. Do you understand? And you also make the use of children in any pornographic material a punishable offense. Do you understand? So it's important for you guys. I know you guys are still young. Is it born freeze? Born freeze. I'm a 2K, right? So you guys are the problem kids. You understand? So it's a joke, guys. So you guys need to be aware of such content, guys. So that's the main thing that we do at the FPB. As one of our main pillars is to regulate such content. Have you guys seen the guys that sell the DVDs at the robots, for example? Have you guys bought those DVDs before? Who says yes by a show of hand? Before I worked at FPB, I did. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. Who says yes? Right. Let me give you an example now. Those guys, do you understand? They are in breach of the FPB Act. Do you understand? Because if you are a distributor of content, you need to register with the Film and Publication Board. Do you understand? And then you get a license, of which is valid for a year and is renewable after a year. So those guys that are selling such content at the robots, that content has not been to the FPB, guys. Do you understand? And it has not been classified. And you might find out that such content might contain harmful content. Do you understand? I'll give you an example. Let's say at home you've got a younger sister or brother. Do you get? It's the end of the year. They're passing. They're going to high school next year. And then you, as the uncle or the aunt or the mom or the granddad, you understand? You then decide to buy the young kid a DVD. Let's say at that particular time it's Black Panther 4. You go out to the robots, you buy that DVD. It's written Black Panther 4. Now when you get home, you've got younger siblings. When you're playing such content, what do you see? You see violence. Even worse, what do you see? You see pornography. Even worse, what do you see? Sexual violence. What do you think such content does to a young mind? Let's check, guys. What does it do? It's what? It destroys the foundation of the kid's mind. At the back, any other takers? So those guys already, a child as young as 5 or 6 is exposed to such content. It affects them where? Psychologically. Do you understand? So it's important that any content that you guys consume has to have an age restriction. Do you understand? Because it's giving you guys what? Viewing information so that you know exactly what you're doing. And another thing why we at the FPB regulate such content is because there's what we call child pornography. Who has heard of the term child pornography? Okay, what is child porn, guys? Let's have a conversation. I think I want to move from here and be at your level, if you guys don't mind.
Hi guys, my name is Mikateko, and I'm from the Mangwe campus. Child pornography is basically what I would describe as somebody who is above the age of consent, which is 18. Yeah, somebody who is older having sex with a minor and filming the whole thing. That is what child pornography is.
You've got it right, but it's other way around. But you're there. You say the person is of an age of consent. Do you understand? Remember, in terms of law, you are a minor up until what age? No. Are you guys students? Huh? You're a minor up until what age? 18, right? So now what you're saying, it's the inverse. Do you understand? So guys, basically, child porn, or what it's known now as child sexual abuse material, in South Africa, it's been criminalized. Do you understand? Even by law, no one is supposed to be creating such content, right? And at the FPB, we make the use of such content a punishable offense. If you are found to be creating such content, distributing it, you will be held liable. Because where I work, we've got guys whom we call child protection officers. Remember I spoke about those DVDs that are at the robots, right? When those DVDs get confiscated or someone opens a case of CSAM, child pornography / child sexual abuse material, or someone is found in such possession, those guys sit and analyze such content in court. So for example, there have been many cases on TV where you are hearing of people are in a child pornography ring. Do you understand? Where people are creating such content. Simple definition is this, guys. CSAM or child porn it's any image or video, however created, that shows a person under the age of 18, right? Made to look like, or assisting in any sexual conduct. So if you are under the age of 18, right, and you are busy sharing such naked pictures, do you understand? Or you guys term it sex tape, for example, and you are under the age of 18, you are committing a crime, and as such, you guys should not be doing so. Because we've been going to many schools. I know you guys, some of you are 18, some might be even lesser than 18, younger than 18. But if you guys are doing such, you guys should stop immediately because you're committing an offense. Do you get me? And if you guys do come across such content, you guys need to report such content to us at the Film and Publication Board. We have a toll-free number, which is 0800 148 148, right? So now you guys understand that. But then now, what happens is now you guys, when you post an adult, 18, you're an adult, right? It now becomes even more dangerous because what? You guys like to take such pictures, especially students. Even us, or some of us as adults, do this thing. Where you guys are in a relationship, right? You're in love with someone because you're thinking you're in love. You're taking nice pictures, saucy pictures, do you understand? You guys are then even taking videos of such. Do you understand? I've got a hand there. We'll get to that point, right? Do you understand? You guys are in relationships and then you take these pictures, you take videos, do you understand? And then thereafter what happens, you break up and then what happens? They're posting your pictures, do you understand? Or they get bullied. What I've just explained now, what do you guys think that is called? Guys, What I've just described to you is the non-consensual sharing of sexual and private sexual images, also known as revenge pornography, right? And at the FPB, we also make that a punishable offense, where you guys can report it to us. So if someone is doing this, or you guys come across such content, you need to report it to us at the Film and Publication Board, right? As I've said, we are a regulator, we regulate content, right, in the physical world. Also online in terms of what you guys are posting and what you guys are saying. Do you understand? We are living in a world that is very technologically advanced. And people, you all have rights and freedoms, do you understand? But you should remember that no right supersedes the other person's right, especially when it comes to the internet. And one thing that's important, and I'm glad that I'm actually getting this opportunity to speak with you guys, because you guys are at an age where everything is for likes, you know, popularity. You get online, you take pictures, you want to get a following, you say such content. Do you understand? You say whatever you want to say, not thinking about the consequences, right? Now I want to ask you, have you guys heard of the term digital footprint? Explain to me, what is a digital footprint? You guys said yes. What's a digital footprint? No hands? Can I choose? Yeah? What's a digital footprint, guys? I've got prizes up at the end of the presentation, right? Yes, sir, you can shout. What's a digital footprint? Shh.
Greetings again. A digital footprint is basically the mark you leave in the digital world, meaning any image, any search history, any video that you upload is permanently in the service of the digital world, basically.
The thing is, we like posting things, right? We share and we write things online, right? Not understanding the consequences of such. Because as you guys, I know you guys are at an age where you know what a digital footprint is. He just explained it to me now. But you guys are still posting such things, and in the end, it has also got its own consequences. For example, guys, the internet does not forget. Have you guys heard about the term, right? The internet does not forget. The internet does not have a delete button. So don't think if you can post something now, and then you quickly click delete, it's going to be gone. It's going to be there forever, right? And then in the long run, it will come back and bite you when you at least expect it. Because one thing that most companies don't tell you, right? You guys now in college, after this, you're going to go looking for a job. And what most companies do, they do an online audit, right? Do you guys understand what's an online audit? What is it? Who said yes aside? Do you guys understand what's an online audit or social media online audit, right? So they go, for example, you want to become a lawyer one day, or you want to become a doctor, an accountant, or anything, right? You go to that company, you pass the first interview. You go to the second one, now you go to the third one. What companies look is, they look at what have you guys been posting online. Like, are you a good fit for that company? Now, if a company, let's say you want to work for a doctor, for example, right? You want to apply to be in that, where the doctors sign up, HPSC, I think so, right? Now the next thing you get there, they see what your pictures you posted about 10 years ago or 13 years ago of you, your nude pictures, for example. You posting nasty things online. Do you think you'll get the job? Do you understand? So you guys need to be aware, and there are many examples that I can bring or even mention now of that happening online. A couple of months ago, something was said about the Minister of Sports. Why? Because what? People came up with tweets from years ago. Do you understand? So you guys need to be aware about what you guys are sharing and posting online. Which brings me to my next point. when the word online harm, when I mention online harms, what kind of harms do you think I'm speaking about? What comes to your mind? Online harms? Trolling. Yes, trolling. Bullying, cyberbullying. At the back? No takers. So remember, as I've said, as much as we regulate the physical space, we also now move on to the online space. Do you understand? So there are certain things that I've said, we all have rights. Do you understand? But no right supersedes the other one. So you guys need to be aware about what you guys are posting. And we at the FPP as well, when we're saying online, it's like what you guys are posting. For example, you guys should not be posting anything that constitutes to hate speech.
Exciting presentation that you gave. And I think, I hope that you learned a lot about classification, that next time, how should we Netflix, that you understand exactly what the D means, or the H, what the H means, basically. But then I think also to my guy as well there, so the FPB also is one of the regulators in the country. So it's FPB, there's also ICASA. Like, ICASA, Ker? Yeah, there's ICASA also, and then there's the PCCSA. You know, normally when they say any complaints, then you refer them to the PCCSA. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed the presentation. One of the key takeouts there was, if you post online, if it's there forever. So when you get to 50 years, you'll tell your grandchildren again, or why did you post that tattoo when you were 18? Whatever that you post, bomme, bontate, it's there. Your future employer will look into that. Like X, for instance, people just respond whatever they feel like, thinking that, no, they won't find me. Government can find anybody. So you post, they'll find you. Kajula unrest. They did find other people also who were posting unsavory comments, on X or FB. So just also pay attention in terms of, what you post and how you want to amplify your professional skills going forward. I think all of us, obviously, we are in the era of the machine learning, robotics, etc. So it's important that we actually understand ourselves, as young people. One of the things, for instance, I give you that the US is scanning X, in particular South Africans. They're saying if you are posting bad things about, the President Trump, I want to entry to the US. They're really canceling visas of people coming to the US based on what they are posting on their platforms. Go for example. So let's just be careful what we are posting actually online in terms of us being professionals or entrepreneurs, etc. Even though when you are an entrepreneur, you're still gonna knock on CEDA or whoever. So it's important that, that I didn't say that, CEDA, when you did this, you did me bad 10 years ago. So also think about that when you seek funding, to whoever, that I've got a very clean, positive digital footprint. So let me let labor on. Just to remind you guys, the prizes definitely, we hold you to account. Prizes, and then also we'll be giving away prizes at the end of presentation on the G20. We're just going to also just give a snippet of understand what the G20 is what it is, So I get it while you're still online, they check in G20 game, really very nice prizes. And also just a reminder, please follow us on the government socials. We are on South African government, on X, FB, all the platforms as well. So just follow us because we are also posting the content that is here. And then we have Mpo there who's also recording this thing. So it's going to be on the government YouTube site. So let's smile and pela. You don't want to when you look into this feature in the next 10 years, that what did I look like this? So let's smile because it's going to be there forever. Also, yes, yeah. So it's going to be on our government YouTube platform forever. So anyway, let me call my next speaker from Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub. So I'm saying the platform is yours. Thanks.
Good afternoon. Am I audible enough? Okay. My name is Letlohonolo Seane. I'm from Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub. That is a center of excellence that is based in the capital province. In the capital city, which is Mafikeng. But also having about 4 satellite offices. There's one in Rustenburg, which I am the manager of. I'm an AI engineer. I'm also a software developer there. Thank you. But I also have my team with me. I have Tabang, he can just stand up there. There's also an AI engineer and also a media and PR guy for the hub. And then there's also 2 guys there. You'll find them by the exhibition stall. There's Tato and Obake, right? Now, before I go much onto why I'm here, I just want to understand 2 things. I had an engagement with one of the students outside there, and I asked him, what is AI and what is robotics? And the follow-up question to that was, what is the distinction between the 2? All right? So, have some thought on that. I'll come back to you and ask for the answer, right? As we continue, like I said, I'm from Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub. I have a mutual collaboration with Orbit, where we work on AI, developing prototypes and all that. What we do at Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub, we focus on 3 pillars, which is innovation, entrepreneurship, and skills development, right? Now with incubation, what we mean, we invite entrepreneurs to come and then we assist them. We give them training, we give them mentorship onto what is business development and how they can go about flourishing in the future. Because one of the key things that we always look at was to align our goals with that of the department, or rather the national development plan for the government, which is 2030. So last week, we had the presence of the Honorable Minister of Small Businesses at our office there in Mahikeng, Ms. Ndabeni, right? To officially launch Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub. Now the hub has been in existence since 2020, all right? Now, her sole purpose for her to be there was to come and say, we acknowledge what is it that you are doing, because what you're doing is in line with the NDP 2030, which is the focus being on how do we work around the unemployment? How do we bridge the skills gap? How do we ensure that we don't have those graduates when they are done with their studies, they go and sit down at home? So mine to be here today just to talk to you about AI and how you can harness this technology to improve yourself in the future. Those who are doing robotics, those who are doing AI, I believe you are in the best field. Not speaking because of it's something that I value too much or what, but the 2 best things now are data and AI. What do I mean by that? All the speakers who have been coming here, they have been trying to highlight to you rather how secure you need to be with your data. My gentleman there, he mentioned it very clearly when we were speaking about why hate speech and all those things. Now, whatever that you post, like they said, it remains there online. The guys who are doing AI, you know there's this thing that is called Fourth Industrial Revolution, all right? The focus on Fourth Industrial Revolution is that all these technologies, your AI, your cybersecurity, your IoT, and your big data, these are critical elements that you need to be aware of. And in your studies, you need to have coding skills where you're going to apply for you to be better or to better the situation, whether it be social challenges that you are facing at home or the challenges in the workplace. All right? So, what we do again at the hub after the incubation part, we also provide skills development. The skills development that we provide, it's limited to, it's not even limited to only the tech space, but also in general, your HR, because even if you have a digital company, you're still going to need your HR. Even if you have your media space, you're going to need your HR. So we focus on skills development. We just concluded a training program with CIFA that we had, which is a skills initiative for Africa. So we're not only limiting our collaborations to South Africa, but we also have partners outside of our borders. Then the CIFA is a program by Audio Nepad. I don't know if you know what is Audio Nepad, right? Audio Nepad is, sorry for that. It's a big organization that is focusing on Africa as a whole. And then all the platforms or the skills they need to invest in, they pick those ones up and they invest on the young people. So the focus is on young people to do better or to change their lives moving forward. All right? So that's skills development. Now, prototyping, what we are talking about prototyping. As you walk outside, you'll see the guys there, my colleagues, they'll show you in terms of prototyping. For example, you find a student sitting there and thinking, okay, fine, a lot of people are focusing on ChatGPT. Why can't I create my own ChatGPT? Because I'm doing AI. But then, even if you don't have the skills or the technical acumen, we can still come to the hub and then we come and incubate you. Once you pitch your idea, as we say, I am thinking of creating my own ChatGPT. I'll call it Ash's companion, right? For example, that's a virtual assistant. For those who know AI, that's a virtual assistant, all right? Now, what we do, you come to the hub, you pitch that. You have guys there, you're going to sit there, the business developer, they will assist you. You have your software developers, they bring the idea that you have to life. All right? So that is what mostly we do at the hub. Now, what I do here in Rustenburg as an AI engineer, whatever there's a need for a prototype to be built, an AI agent to be developed, I meet with my team and the other team in Mahike. We sit down, we say, no, there's a challenge that we need to come up with a solution to. For example, there's a municipal service delivery app that we are busy with regards to the Rustenburg local municipality. Just in a nutshell, it's something that is going to cut that whole, the challenge that you have as people, you need to go there physically just to get your proof of address, for example, cutting the lines and all this miscommunication. So it's a bridge that is going to assist in terms of how can we make sure that us as the citizens, we have proper working communication with the municipality with regards to the services. All right? So it's one of the projects that we're busy with. There's another project that we are busy with the, I don't recognize one or two. I thought I'll see one or two. From Mr. Muila's class, the AI team. There's a project that we are busy with Mr. Muila. All right? So I'll be seeing a lot of you guys here soon because we need to work on that project and be able to make it market viable so that you can put it in the market. Because what we do, the main thing at the hub that we do is that we ensure that once you come to us, and then as an entrepreneur, we mentor you, we guide you, and then we ensure that by the time that your business is right to be put in the market, you have all the necessary skills and the tools that you can use. All right? That's what we use at the hub. Another part that I want to add on, what we do also at the hub, we normally have your hackathons. The gentleman from Nemisa is one of our partners there. What we have is what we call hackathons. As you can see there on that banner there, we had a hackathon from one of our partners, which was a NASA hackathon. Just, I think it's that other week, 2 weeks back, all right? Where now a hackathon is that you have a group of innovators or thinkers, creative minds, people like you sitting in this room. We put you together like this. We give you challenges, 3 or 4 of them, where you need to come up with solutions, all right? So now if you're in a space of AI or robotics, it's something that you're going to enjoy very much because you are a creative person. If you're in that space, you need to be creative. Most of the time, for example, if you're going to say, now there's a challenge there, we need to develop an irrigation system. Okay, fine, the AI guys are going to have the software part where they're going to build the code and everything. And then the robotics guys will architect the structure for that irrigation system. And then we put those two together, and then we're able to have a project that is working. All right? So, another thing, ladies and gentlemen, AI. Don't confuse AI with robotics. Don't confuse AI with robotics. All right? We have robotics and we have AI. Now, this is the part where I'm coming back to that question I posted earlier. What is the distinction and why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Don't confuse the two. Yes, my dear. Yeah, so you look like someone who has an answer.
Okay, artificial intelligence, they work on the software, the brain, the human intelligence. And then robotics, we work on mechanical. We also combine majority work on mechanical building stuff, hardware. That's my answer.
Thank you. I don't know, did you hear at the back there, guys? Yeah, okay. You are right, my dear. Né? Maybe just to get a different perspective. Anyone else? Just one person. Yeah.
Okay, the main distinction with AI is that you focus on making the software so that it can think for itself like a human. And that's the whole distinction, because in robotics, we also deal with the software, but we also go to the design of the hardware too.
All right. Yeah. It's more the same, but a different dimension. Thank you for that. The reason why I wanted you to answer that, I wanted to clearly show you why is it that there's a distinct difference, all right? In system development lifecycle, there's something that we call project development, all right? Now, you go through all those stages for you to develop that project. With robotics, like you said, with AI, you need to have that software, you need to know your codings and let me say, is that a hand? Okay. You need to understand your coding. So once you have all those skills, you put them together, you collaborate, or rather you work with someone who has robotics, and then you build something which is brilliant. There are so many challenges that we're facing in this world, not South Africa alone. But let me just scrutinize it a bit and come back to South Africa. Can you name 3 challenges that we have in South Africa that can be solved by AI? Yes, ma'am. Service delivery, thank you for that. Another one? 3. I asked for 3. Nah, it can't be you again. Okay, anyone else, guys? Not you, please. Yes, sir. Load shedding. Doesn't it fall under service delivery? Or should we exclude it? Yeah, but yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I was gonna say healthcare.
Healthcare. So you said service delivery, healthcare. Yeah, we'll include service delivery on Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, we'll come back to you. No, you answered my guy. Can I give that guy? Security system. Okay, thank you. Let's focus on those three. What will be the solution, or how would you go about creating a solution for the first one, the service delivery? What comes to mind now? You'd say, no, okay, fine, as an AI engineer. Okay, you're answering, my guy?
The service delivery, ne?
Okay.
I think like, you see like we have busted sewage and I think in that if like there's an app created, we can report through it, and I think like from the municipal they can get every detail, where and how, what happened, something like that in terms of service delivery.
Okay, thank you for that. Do you agree, ma'am, because you're the one who said service delivery, ne? That's how you would solve the challenge, right? How would you solve it? Yes.
Now, when you come up with a solution, you need to look at your surroundings. So, as from me, as I come from France, now service delivery is a problem based on from the higher monarchy to the lower monarchy. Now, when we create a system for this thing, I am going to look at the youth of today, not the old generation. I'm not being biased. The reason why I'm saying this is that our old generation know how to fight for freedom. Now we are fighting for economical freedom. Now when we train our models, we're gonna implement the old ways, match them with the new ways, and find a solution that could work for the older generation, including the younger generations as well. So if I would come up with a solution, I would look at how the government systems were doing or scaling their problems, solutions back then, and then merge it with the technology of today, and then implement something that would work for the older and the newer generation.
Correct. Thank you, correct. Yeah, you're also right, my guy, ne? I just want to add on what you were saying, because I picked up when you were clarifying that, you mentioned how you're going to use the data to train the models. Now, the word models is used so many times in AI. Now we are changing the word models to agents. How many of you are aware now, whenever we're talking about developing prototypes or AI models, we are saying we are developing AI agents? All right? So we'll have to develop an AI agent that that purely focuses on ensuring that there's smooth running of the service deliveries, right? And how do we do that? We need to have a model that's being trained in terms of getting the data and analyzing it, or rather matching and trying to see patterns as to how then can it make a prediction, all right? As to say, no, we need to do this by this end of term before we push it to the next financial term, for example. You understand? Because, ladies and gentlemen, what we are talking there, all that stuff of having the data, processing it, and then being able to make predictions, all that's machine learning. The guy has been talking about machine learning since in the morning, all right? Machine learning, which is also part of natural languaging, object detection, computer vision, and conversational AI. All right? So I still go back, and I want you to have this, guys, hold this thought. AI and data are very critical in this stage. My guy there, talking about now everything that you post there, it's there. And the lady was talking about how now you find you have key partners, or no, now they are sending your information to their other partners and all that stuff. Guys, we need to be aware of cybersecurity. All right? You need to be vigilant as to the data that you create. How do you maintain that data? How do you secure that data? Because with AI, as it rapidly grows, now, not so long ago, we were talking about just weak AI. Ne? Just not so long ago. For example, I'll give you an example of Chat. Chat, when it came out first, Chat, it was just that tool to assist you, you know. It was just focusing on text. You know, you have a question. Who is Letlohonolo? Who is Ash? You understand? And just give you that. Ne? Through text. It evolved. Now the knowledge base is growing for the agent, which is Chat. The knowledge base is growing. Who is Letlohonolo? Instead of typing, I just say, who is Letlohonolo? Or search Letlohonolo for me. You understand? Now they've introduced what? Voice. All right? So now, it has grown to something that now it's worrying for those who are in the development stage, because what's going to happen the next time? It's just going to maybe, you know, like you always unlock your phone or biometrics and then just take it and say, this is person is Ash and whatnot, gives the whole biography of the person and everything. You understand? So now, what my point is this one. We have moved from weak AI to strong AI. Know the difference between weak AI and strong AI. In the beginning, I make an example of you deciding to say, let me just develop my own model. You understand? The critical part that you need to be aware of, and you know, there are discussions, just this morning there were, okay, there's this site that I follow in terms of the news, in terms of AI. So now, the question that is creeping in most people's mind globally is that, will there be a time where we are unable to control AI? Will there be a time when we are unable to control AI? Because AI now, you no longer need to feed it the data and tell it what to do. You just feed it the data, and it gives you everything. Right? Those who are on social media, there's a video that was circulating whereby the lady was telling, you know, this is me sending a video message to the parents. This is me. I need this amount of cash. I'm stuck where, or I'm being kidnapped and stuff like that, only to find out it's a prototype, an AI. Right? So now, what the business is, this is me taking it now to the business sector. When you get your degrees and you move from your robotics, your AI, now at the industry, they are looking for someone who understands the basics of what or how can we secure this data that we're going to give you so that we can produce the results that we need. All right? Because if me as MDI Hub, I'm coming here, I'm collecting the data, you know, taking pictures and everything, and then now I leave it on the internet for everyone to manipulate it. The time I try to scrutinize it, it's redundant. All right? So it doesn't make proper sense. And then the critical part with AI agents is for you to make sure that your data is clean. All right? For those who did data or data analysis, you'll know there's a term that's called ETL, extract, transform, and load. In AI, or in the business that is using AI, they're always focusing on extract, transform, and load. All right? So you need to skill yourself in a way that you will be able to take the data, which is extracting it, transforming it, using the right tools and technologies or the tools offered by the company, and then being able to load it, to present it out there. All right? At the end of this seminar or this event, the guys will have to populate the data that they've gathered. All right? And then to make sense of the data so that they can be able to make informed decisions. AI is not bad, ladies and gentlemen. AI is not going to take anyone's job. It just needs you to focus and upskill yourself. All right? Because in the business industry, MLs, we work with MLs. For example, a delivery guy, Mr. D, all right? Or in this case, Mr. S, all right? Mr. S delivers food, all right? Now, for Mr. S for Mr. S agent to be able to understand the patterns, it needs to have the data uploaded into it. And that model needs to be trained. And how do you train it? By using pre-existing data. Compare it to new data. Okay, normally it means now you get clients around this time, all right? Now you are making informed decisions. Okay, between Monday and Friday, I normally get clients during the week, not weekends, because people now, they are from work, they don't feel like cooking and stuff like that. You understand? You turn it around, you go to Mr., who's this guy? Who has a car? Bolt or Uber. You understand? Use the very same model, but it's different in terms of the outcome. All right? So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to show you guys is that have the skill for robotics, have the skill for AI, but understand, be ethical in terms of when to use AI and how to use it. Because it's very critical. The data that you're going to use there, the model that you're going to train, what is the outcome that is expected? So at the Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub, we normally work in that way. You know, there comes, for example, Mr. Tabang will come and say, no, I own a restaurant, but I don't see much presence. I don't have a presence online, all right? And then I've heard that there's this AI and whatnot. Can you assist me, all right? Then you say, oh, no, okay, it's fine. Mr. Tabang comes, sit down, join the meeting. This is what is happening. We'll start at the bottom. We say, okay, fine. This is what you want to achieve, right? But you want it to be automated. You don't want it to have the traditional way of doing things, like your software developer. Sorry for that. You know, any software developers here or any background on software development? Okay, yeah. The software development life cycle, where you need to now go back and follow those steps. Now with AI, you don't do that. You just go and have, okay, fine, let me get a model. Okay, this model, this is, which machine learning am I going to use? Am I going to use deep learning? Am I going to use reinforcement learning or what? All right? In a nutshell, deep learning is when you let the machine do its own thinking. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about going to strong AI, all right? Now with reinforcement, we are saying, okay, fine, in this room of people, don't just pick up faces of those who are wearing red tops, but also those who are wearing red tops with beanies. And then you find there's only three. It's me, this guy, and that other guy there. You understand? That's reinforcement learning. Deep learning just say, search this whole room, and then pick out three guys, or a maximum of 3 people. So it actually depends on the model that you are developing and then how you go about with your coding, all right? So what's important, guys, in AI engineering, it's data and the code, how you train your model. Ne? Each and every company, I can bet that now, each and every company, they need you to verify and secure their data and be able to maintain and improve it. I hope I make sense. It seems like I lost you guys. Are we still together? Really? My guy there, are you sleeping? Yeah, that one. You said between data and AI, which one is the best? Okay, as we continue, ne? The last part that I wanted to touch on was the last part that I wanted to touch on is this one. AI is playing a pivotal role in this entire revolution. This revolution that I'm talking about, guys, we are no longer in the 4th industrial revolution. Please migrate and move to 5th industrial revolution. Now, what we're talking about in fifth industrial revolution, when you have, tertiary or TVET students like these ones, the ones who are doing engineering, for example, nah? When they do simulations, and those simulations they're using the AI tools to go about understanding, your VR, your AR, when you start using those tools, those technological tools, to upskill yourself, or rather to complement what the knowledge that you're getting from the school, you become, it's a way of upskilling yourself, and you are bettering yourself for the market out there. Because I don't remember if it was you, my brother, but someone said, we might have about the same, bachelors of information systems, bachelors of commerce, or whatever. But then you need to have something that picks you out of the rest. So if you have that, it's a way of ensuring, or rather upskilling you and making sure that you have an advantage. So what I can say, continue, and please focus on understanding what are the ethical things that you need to know regarding AI. How to use AI, when to use AI. You'll build a self-driving car. Or rather, let me put it this way. If we were to build a self-driving car and we put it on the road and it gets an accident, who should be held accountable? We have three people. You have the manager, you have the developer, you have the engineer. So out of the three people, the company, it's Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub, cars, Rebele how the car. And then we developed it because part of other projects that we have, sorry to cut into that, we have e-mobility, all right? We have e-mobility, we have agri-tech, and we have Cisco platforms that we use, all right? So out of the three, who should be held accountable? The owner of the company, the developer, or the engineer? The developer. Okay, why not the engineer? Okay, guys, by show of hands, those who say the person who should be held accountable as the owner, can we show just hands? Okay, it's only 2 or 3. And then those who say the software developer. Okay. So, okay, it means majority, it's the engineer. Right, guys? Okay, maybe I wasn't clear enough. Let me go back. Yeah? Graphical positioning system. You all use it, right? Graphical positioning system. Guys. GPS. Yeah, you all use it, right? I've heard someone, say, I know students who use that. No, let me drop you a location. You'll find me. Come here. You understand? That's GPS. We use that, right? Now, the developer installed that GPS in terms of coding in that car. All right? Now, as it was driving, it hit a pole. Who should be held accountable? Between the developer, the engineer, no, it's a self-driving car. Yeah, no, the driver is just behind the car, just in case there are any accidents. It's a self-driving car. Ne? Okay, I'll leave you to think about it. Just play around it on your imagination, guys. Ne? It's something that we need to verify and look at because Tesla, you know Tesla, right? Tesla, they have self-driving cars, I guess. One of them did that, exactly what I'm trying to give as an example. So now the question was, who do we sue? Do we sue the man himself, the owner of Tesla? Do we sue the engineers or do we sue the developers? So, developers. Okay. So now, to answer that, it speaks about understanding the ethics of AI. All right? So you need to go back and understand ethical decisions which are taken. You know, there are seminars, there are, online platforms where you can, there's ongoing discussions, let me just say that, ongoing discussions as to how can we regulate AI. All right, guys? So there's a huge market out there in the business sector in terms of AI. Upskill yourself. You start as an AI student, yes. You graduate, you become an AI specialist, right? You become an AI engineer, all right? Those are just titles. Do the job. Are you able to do the job? We don't want to find a situation where now we call 3 of us to an interview and we say, no, we're having a problem with this model. Can we try and fix this model? And then you say the first person goes there and looks at the model and says like, oh, okay, it's a coding problem. Tries to work on the code, days passes and stuff like that. Doesn't get it right. The next person goes in and says, okay, fine. If it's not the code, could be the architecture. And then no one is looking at the data. So the third guy was just looking at NASA. Why not change your data? At first you extracted, you transformed, and you loaded. Why don't you extract, you load, and you transform? You understand? So that's understanding the difference and being able to use the skill that you gained as an AI engineer to be able to solve these models. All right? There are many open source platforms, and there are also vendor platforms that you can use to upskill yourself. But one thing I know, the mostly rated industry tool, it's from Microsoft. It's from Microsoft and Google. So you can either use Google AI or you can use your Azure, Microsoft Azure, all right? So those are, but there are also open source softwares that you can use. So upskill yourself on those, and then work on your Python, work on your R, work on your, I think Python and R for now. The other ones you can just, and then understand, guys, in the tech field, if something is valuable today, tomorrow it might not be. So even with your models, when you build your models, make sure that there's an element of sustainability in their models. All right? The project that we just concluded, or the program that we just concluded from CIFA, it was focused on agri-tech. One of the projects that came out of it was crop yield prediction. Guys, it's the agri-tech project, AI. So we're saying, how can AI assist farmers? Because look at this, Northwest, let's focus on the Northwest for now. Let's move away from the world, Northwest. 3 things you find from Northwest: agriculture, mining, mining, and what else? Tourism. So we need to focus on those things to improve the economy of the Northwest. Unemployment is at a high rate, ladies and gentlemen. So as Mafican Digital Innovation Hub, we focus on the Northwest, we focus on those 3 things. How can we change the lives of agriculture or the lives of farmers? How do we bring farmers on board? Not just your big farmers, your large-scale farmers, but from your small-scale farmers, because we're focusing on SMMEs, all right? So your small-scale farmers, this farmer has a problem. There's drought or there's heavy rain. Those things, they affect crop prediction or crop yield, let me say that, all right? So if we have a system that we have developed, if we have an AI model that we have developed that can assist a particular farmer with regards to this, then we develop it. So the team, we have developed the crop yield prediction. What it does, you can just use your irrigation system, but then with Arduino, you transfer the real-time data to the farmer's phone, because they have developed also a dashboard for the farmer to receive real-time data with regards to when is the right time to plant, when is it the right time to yield, what are the humidities, what are temperatures, all those values. he can be able to see them here, instead of using the traditional way of going and saying, okay, the soil is not, due to heavy rain, it's not right now the time to plant. So it's something that is going to be in the market soon, because we're just finishing the final touches, like adding your database at the end, having it to transmit real-time data. And then also the one that I mentioned for the Rustenburg Local Municipality Service Delivery, but I cannot go much on that one because of copyright clause and everything, right? Yeah, and then, I think that's it. Let me just close with the statement before. Okay, as I close, ladies and gentlemen, just a few seconds of your time, I just want to leave you with something. Artificial intelligence is more than just a giant leap of faith, all right? But a gateway to new opportunities. With the right tools and techniques, you will be able to come up with solutions to different challenges that we are facing, all right? Now, platforms like Mafikeng Digital Innovation Hub, we need to have more platforms like that, because that's a platform where you can have young individuals, or creative minds come together, come up with a solution in a creative space to say, we have a challenge, and then how best can we solve this challenge using the techniques and the technologies which we currently have, which is, we are in the 4th Industrial Revolution, but moving to 5th Industrial Revolution. So, being sent by the Commissioner of 4th Industrial Revolution in the presidency, which is the CEO, Mr. Ndaba. Mine is simple, just to highlight to you the importance of AI in the workplace and in our daily lives. So let us upskill ourselves. Even those short courses that the guys were talking about, they still contribute to the knowledge base that you're creating for yourself. I'm busy working on my virtual assistant. I don't want a virtual assistant that's going to talk to me with English, all right? I want it in the morning before I wake up, not to hear, alarm, but rather, Mr. Siani, you have deadlines today, you need to wake up. You haven't woken up. Then I wake up, and it tells me, oh, okay, this is what is happening, this is what, that's Swan, that's cool. Depending on the language that I have. Even if I have a visitor of my home who doesn't speak my language, he or she should be able to do that. So when we bring it closer to each other, when we bring it closer to the challenges that we have, we're able to come up with brilliant ideas. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that.
What we are trying to achieve with the Book Talk seminar is to learn and upskill. I mean, also us as colleagues, we are learning that we are no longer on the 4th Industrial Revolution, but now we are on the 5th Industrial Revolution. You'd find that government officials, they're still talking about the 4th, whereby we've already moved to the 5th now, which basically, colleagues, also it helps us as a country that, the more we embrace technology, the more that we are able to address issues of poverty, issues of inequality, and also issues of unemployment. So the 5th Industrial, I guess it's also going to be, it's doing that right now, whereby we are interfacing now technology and humanity. And kopa utsoge because we tlo bua ka di-Python. As Python as noga, ilo tsa batho ba leng ka mo. So it's important that we are also learning, machine learning. Colleagues, we are pivoting with our program. We're going to ask IEC to come and also engage us on the educational drive. And next year, 2026. So we just ask IEC to actually come through. And then we'll close with the G20 and the prize thing. Yeah, IEC, you can come through. Thanks.
Thank you, Eugene. Dumelang. Lekai. Re teng. Ke kopa le mpheng tsebe ne. Nna ke na le fela 2 cent contribution. I'm not gonna take long. My name is Ntabisa Mohapi. I'm Regional Outreach Officer. I'm based ko Bojanala region. And I'm with my colleagues. Ko morago ke na le Ausi Lorraine. Ke kopa o emelle ba go bone. Lorraine o re thusa ka the admin in the region, and then re na le our intern Warabile. Emella ba go bone Ausi Warabile. Yes. We have our machine that we use for voter registration. You are more than welcome to go and check your status or even register as a voter. We are responsible for 5. Thank you, thank you. Ke kopa fela 2 minutes. I promise I won't be long, like I promise. All right. We are responsible for 5 local offices, 1 which is Moretile, and then number 2 is Madibengin Brats, Rustenburg Local Municipality, Getleng Kokosteri, and Moses Kodani ko Bomokgwase le Bomadikwe. Ne? So they are underneath Bojanala District Office. So what we do at IEC, we are just an independent electoral commission. Re commission e tsamaisang ditlhopho. Ne? That's our main mandate. We don't do any service delivery issues. Ha re fane ka metsi, ha re fane ka di RDP, or we don't do that. We are just the election management body fela, ne? And then, have I participated in electoral matters issues? Yes. From what age? 18, I think. Do I remember when I did the voter registration? No, I don't. Reason, because I was not educated. Do I remember when I voted? Yes, because it was a special day to vote for the first time. Okay, voter registration, I don't remember. I don't remember giving my ID to anyone because I was not educated. Voter registration is when you are 16 and above, you are in possession of identity document, you go to an IEC official and you register to become a voter. Then Bahu include into the voters roll. In preparation for you when you are 18, then you qualify to vote. I don't remember, mainly because I'm from the villages. I've never seen any IEC official visiting our school or our area to educate me. I've been trying to recall when did I register. I don't even remember. Why is it important? It is important because it's my democratic right. I need to register as a voter and I need to participate in any electoral matters in my country. All right. Voting. I remember it very well. It was in Free State, Bloemfontein, and I was a first-year student. What I remember Trudy, my friend, knocking on my door, saying, you will bath when we come back from the voting station. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and then it was like, we need to be the first on the queue. And then we were not the first when we arrived at the voting station. And guess what? Trudy told me which party I must vote for. Did I vote for that party? Absolutely yes. Why? Because I was not educated. I get it. Did I know that my vote was my secret? No, I did not know that my vote was my secret. And then did I know what should contribute to my decision to vote for which political party? No, I did not know. What I basically will say to you is that whether we like it or not, elections or voting or whatever that's happening in relation to voting affects us, all of us. Reduce as youth, we are complaining that senior citizen. Then the question is, why are we sitting back and hoping that there will be a change? And unfortunately in South Africa, a change is a mark. Go voting stationing and make a change and vote. That's the only a chance that you can make a difference. While you do the as youth and decide because you don't have to fall within a political party. you can become an independent candidate. Akere, le bona akere mo ditlhophong tsa maloba, we had a first in our democracy, re ipona re na le an independent candidate ko National Assembly. Even for local government elections, we can still come an independent candidate. Have I changed the parties that I've been voting for since Kimnali 18 years? I've changed so many times. Even in 2024, I changed. I had 3 ballots, and I did not vote for one party in the 3 ballots. Though I won't tell you which parties I voted for. Will I change next election? There's a possibility that I will change, because why? That is my democratic right. That is the only way I can make a change and my voice be heard. Do I have a ward councillor? Yes, I do have a ward councillor where I reside. Do I know her? No, I don't know her. Did I participate during the local government election? Yes, I did. Have I interacted with the ward councillor? Yes, over the phone when I needed some service. Am I happy? I'm still happy. But next year, should there be anything, changes that I'm not happy, possibility I will change my choice when I go to vote. And after I vote next year, will I have the guts and the courage to make my ward councillor accountable? Yes, because I would have voted. After 5 years, if I'm still not happy, do I sit back and say, no, I don't want to participate? Will it make any difference? Absolutely no. I will go to a voting station and make a mark and change and vote for another candidate that will serve my interest. Do not sit in your silos and hoping that there will be a change. There will not be any change. All right, you can go into our website to check the previous election results. Did any party win the election 2024? No, ne? Why? Because I don't any party who more than 50 plus yadi vote ka di results. It was boma 46, boma 20%. I get got last. Hona laba boma 1%. I get. I hona party it got more than 50 plus. That is why Riksalira Balinto Bizang GNU. They had to go and perform so that Bahone Honali majority votes ko parliament, and that is democracy. People who they went to a voting station and make a change. I don't want to say this particular party, but there was this party. If you go into our website, you will see they've been winning the elections, Kaboma 56, 54%, 58%. But last year they did not get that. Because what? Civic education. People said, we are tired, we are not happy, but do we sit back and say we are not going to participate? No, it will not help us. We are just going to stand up and make a change. GNU. So are we still saying we are not going to participate? No, we must. Ne? Are we happy that as Bomme, Ra participated, but still, Hara hold any positions, ko parliament or anywhere? Why? Can we make a change on that one? And then Basha, you are not registered. There's a thing around almost 70%, how to compare our system with Statistics SA. Basha babanzi haba register. When I go to them or when we go to them with colleagues and ask them why you're not registered, they tell us about service delivery. Unfortunately, we can't help you on that one. Has say our mandate. Ours is very simple. We run elections. And people say, when you are registered, how vote you are, they take your votes to this particular vote. We are well educated. Please go onto our website and see how do they calculate the seat allocation. Who becomes the president, or who becomes the mayor at the local government, we don't know. We just calculate the seats, and those seats are based on your votes. And what I can tell you, voter, I can always change mind. Voting station, I change. But unfortunately, I see and then again, please visit our website. There are job opportunities. I get next year at the electioning. Yes, there's the one that's running even for all our 5 municipalities. It will be closed on the 30th, if not the 31st of October. There are opportunities about 1 day, 20 days, 12 months. Please try your luck. You will never know. I get. Yes, and then remember that it's a democratic right. Whether we like it or not, unfortunately, the politiki they are affected. But we can still make a difference and make a mark ka go tjhakela those voting stations and vote. Thank you.
So the G20, ke tlo botsa di question, just like my colleague had said, re kopa le di Googling, and then we'll also ask questions on previous presentations. Ne? That is how we're going to wrap this thing up. Ne? So I'm all for the quickest hand up, or if you know my name, you can say my name, then I'll come to you and then get offer the goodies. Ne? So the first question, ladies and gentlemen, what does the G20 stand for? You can call my name, you can say GCIS, you can say, and then we'll come to. Quick. Okay, question Yabis 2. What are the themes? Yeah, G20. Students. Ke batla o letsogo. Okay.
Sustainability, solidarity, and inequality.
Thank you. Okay, re ke shiftile more than ke tla tla kwa. Ne, I'll come there. Yeah, oh, I can't say it. The cup. Okay, what are the priorities of the G20? I'm biased, so what are the priorities of the G20? The priorities, I can't get the theme, priorities.
Strengthening the global economy.
And? We're busy guy or not today? We were speaking about it today.
Yeah, I just came here few moments ago.
I want another one. Give me 2.
Promoting sustainable development.
That's a theme. Kinyaka the priorities. Priorities of G20. Priorities. You can go, the lady with the orange.
You said the one that we're busy with today.
The priorities. Kinyaka say 2. G20. Priorities G20.
It says foster artificial intelligence and data governance.
Thank you. AI, guys. G20 promotes the use of AI.
1, 2.
Okay, the last question, yeah, G20. When is the G20 taking place? What bulletin? 20? Okay. Thank you.
We've just came to the end of our program. Let's settle. We just came to the end of our program, and I think also just on the G20, you need to remember we have something called the Y20, where there's youth participation. So again, in Nazareth, this coming few weeks, there'll also be Y20, which represent the voice of the youth. So there's been different bodies throughout the year that are having different conversations in terms of making sure they have a voice. There's different bodies, your civil society also, it's a C20, and so forth. So your voice also will matter at the G20. And then also we're gonna be asking some of you to get your opinions on what you think the G20 should be. We'll be filming you and publishing your content in Nazareth. So we want to get some voices from some of you who are willing to do that. Some Paul, after the session, will actually do the recordings with you. A very quick short video about what you think the G20 should do or your thoughts just around the G20. Colleagues, this is the end of our program. And we obviously from the Government Communications and Information Systems, we would definitely like to thank you for availing yourself, giving us an ear. What we were trying to achieve and what we try to achieve is to connect you, with different sectors, with professionals in different spaces to offer you knowledge, to empower you, also to inspire you. And also, what this means for us is that it reminds us the importance of TVET colleges, that TVET colleges are rising and will rise and are part and parcel of the country's economy. And so allow also me to also give an extension to the TVET College for inviting us and for partnering with us also. And we hope that we're able to actually inspire and pass the necessary knowledge to all your students. I also like to thank all the speakers for availing themselves, for presenting, some of the information, that will definitely empower us. So without further ado, I'll also invite somebody from the college just to close for us, Marin. Okay, so I'll invite the college also just to close for us. And from me and the team, we're still here. If you want to know anything about GCIS, now you know again. You know what we do. And it's a youthful organization, so there's opportunities. Ne? Yeah. So thank you so much, colleagues. Thank you, and good luck with your studies. Good luck with your futures. The future is about collaboration. Let's collaborate.